Look, we're not here to comfort you. We're here to detox you from a biological program that's poisoning the people you love. It's time to recalibrate your fight response.
Let's get one thing straight. Your anger, it isn't just an emotion, it's a venom. Your body literally injects it every single time it detects what it thinks is disrespect. Now here's the problem. Your body is addicted, and it reads a simple word like no as a full-blown withdrawal. This is your intervention. So, let's start with a diagnosis. Your nervous system runs on 4 basic survival codes. 3 of them, they're all about hiding or making nice, but attack, that's the 4th one. And here's the most important thing you need to understand. The protocol isn't broken. It's just being deployed against completely the wrong targets. So how do you know if this thing is running you? Well, there are 3 dead giveaways. Number 1, you win entire arguments in your head before they even start. That's a little something called preemptive targeting. 2, you hear simple feedback, but your brain processes it as a full-on personal attack. That's threat misclassification. And number 3, after you have an outburst, the guilt you feel is just crushing. That, my friend, is the post-attack system crash. I need you to hear this loud and clear. What you're experiencing is not a personality flaw. It is not who you are. This is a protocol glitch, a bug in your biological hardware. And you know what that means? It means we can fix it. To fix this glitch, we have to understand where it came from. And the answer is, it's an ancient code that's just misfiring in our modern world. It's what's known as an evolutionary mismatch.
Picture this. 300,000 years ago, a threat appears. You've got 2 choices. Run or attack. You attack, you survive, and that gene gets passed on. Now, fast forward to today. Your inbox pings, subject line, urgent, feedback on your report. Here's the crazy part. Your amygdala, that ancient alarm system in your brain, cannot tell the difference between that email and a predator. So what does it do? It fires the attack protocol. You're running the same hardware in a catastrophically wrong software environment.
And this leads us to a really stark conclusion. The very same code that literally saved your ancestors' lives is the exact same code that's destroying your modern one. So, what's the actual damage report here? When you run this attack protocol on social threats that aren't actually life-threatening, it has a very specific measurable cost. Let's quantify it. First up, your relationships. The data shows you score, on average, 11% lower on key trust metrics. Now, why should you care? Because it means people stop being vulnerable with you. The connection just withers away. Okay, next, let's talk career. You are 87%. That's 87% more likely to be flagged by your colleagues as difficult to work with. And listen, this has nothing to do with how good you are at your job. It happens regardless of your output. The protocol is sabotaging your reputation from the inside out. And finally, your actual health. The cortisol spikes, that's the body's main stress hormone, they're 3 times higher in attack mode than in flight mode. You are literally physically aging your cardiovascular system every single time you launch this protocol over an email. So let's just drop the excuses. You're not passionate, you're not fiery. You are running a high-cost, low-return-on-investment defense program on non-lethal data. It is a terrible strategy, and it's costing you almost everything.
Okay, that's the diagnosis, that's the damage. How do we fix it? We move to the reprogram protocol. Think of it as a 3-step manual override. Now, you can't just delete attack node. You actually need it for real danger. We just have to recalibrate its trigger.
So here's the plan. Here's the 3-step override we're going to install to get you back in the driver's seat. First, we'll do a threat audit. Second, we'll redirect the energy. And third, we're going to install a circuit breaker. Step 1 is the threat audit. It takes exactly 6 seconds. The second you feel that rage hit, you manually override the system by asking yourself one simple question. Is my body in physical danger right now, or is my ego just bruised? If it's your ego, you've caught the glitch. Now, your prefrontal cortex, the modern, rational part of your brain, it needs about 6 seconds to come online and take control. So you breathe in slowly for 6 seconds. That's it. That is the manual override.
All right, step 2, energy redirection. That ATT protocol gives you this massive neurochemical spike. Think of it as pure rocket fuel. You cannot waste that fuel yelling at another person. You have to point it at the problem itself. So what does that look like? It looks like setting a hard, clear boundary. It looks like sending that rage-filled email to your drafts folder for 24 hours. Go lift a heavy weight. The protocol demands a discharge. Your job is to give it a non-social target.
And that brings us to step 3. Install a circuit breaker. It's a simple phrase, and here it is. Attack mode detected. The trick is, you have to say it out loud. The moment you name the protocol, you instantly pull yourself out of that primitive limbic system and into the observer system. In that split second, you go from being the glitch to seeing the glitch. And that right there is where control lives. So let's bring this all home. Let's put a final reframe on this whole thing. It's time to stop being a victim of your own biology and start aiming your weapon, calibrating your response. Your fight response was never the enemy here. An uncalibrated weapon is always the enemy. You weren't too much for people. You were a perfectly designed tactical response system that was just being fed bad intel. So stop apologizing for the weapon. It's a critical part of your survival kit. Instead, it's time to start aiming it with precision and only at the things that are an actual threat. If this explainer decoded a piece of your own self-sabotage, do me a favor and comment "Calibrated" down below. And you're going to want to subscribe because the final part of this series shows you how to run all 4 protocols, fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, as one single integrated defense system. So your alarm finally protects you instead of imprisoning you. It drops next week.
And I want you to remember this. Your nervous system isn't broken. You are not a personal failure. You're just running legacy code in a brand new world. It's time for a software update.